Hey guys, how's it going? It is, oh, what day is it? Oh my God, it's Wednesday. Yes, I have to think about my work schedule in order to figure out what day it is. I'll tell you what, I am kind of off today. Not gonna lie, I'm super tired, which is nothing new, but I'm more tired than normal. And I didn't sleep any more or less last night than normal, so I don't know. I did take an allergy pill because I'll tell you what, allergies here in Albuquerque are kicking my ass, let me tell you. And yeah, I'm about done with that whole mess. Sorry, I'm just messing with my altar here. I don't know why. Putting things, I don't know, where I think they belong. But I'm drawn to my owl today, guys. Owl is, well, you know what? I have my book here. Let's read about the owl real quick, shall we? I love this book, Stephen Farmer. Ladybug, that came up the other day. For those of you that want to know about Ladybug, I will leave it there for a minute. You can pause it and figure that out. Anyway, owl. You're welcome, Sarah. Owl is... Owl. Meditate in silence. Oh, we got that yesterday. And in darkness for a few minutes each evening over the next few days and see what is revealed to you. Be alert to any deception on the part of others, whether they're aware of it or not, and look closely behind any guise that they may wear. This is a particularly ripe period to tap into the fount of intuitive wisdom that's available to you. Quietly observe your environment, watching and listening for signs and omens that will give you answers to any questions you may have. Now is a particularly significant time for prophecy, and you will see, hear, or feel events before they actually happen. Your most creative cycle is in the night, so set time aside in the evening to work on any projects. So, night owls, that's where that came from, right? I have been trying to do this. I'll tell you what, I do feel like the little bit of sleep I get is better if I am in utter silence. I've been trying to practice this, and this coming from a person who has music or solfeggio tones or Alan Watts or something on all night long. And I guess I started about a month ago. And now I do it just out of the sheer, being polite. But I do have headphones that are a headband, so it doesn't need to be, I don't need to have quiet to be polite. But anyway, I digress. Think about what we got yesterday, guys, with the stillness, right? In the still of the night, there's that song again. Finding your answers, and really, is it being psychic or is it just being aware? Because all the signs are there. The signs are always there for you to read the situation, for you to understand the situation, for you to make an educated guess about a situation. There's no such thing as fortune telling, guys. And if there's people that tell you that there is, well, I don't want to say that they're lying, because a lot of times people don't think they are, but I do think they're just aware enough to make oh, look, from the candles. Sorry, guys. They're aware enough to make an educated guess. Wow, my hands are really dirty. That's crazy. Anyway, making the educated guess, in quantum physics, the most likely occurrence of what's going to happen next doesn't necessitate psychic abilities. It just is, right? There's people that are aware and people that are not. So, and just because I looked at it, we got the star at the bottom. So you don't see this coming. She's making the call, right? Yesterday she heard the call. Here she's making the call. She's calling out to the universe. She's found her true north, and she is in her element. She's feeling it and singing it, and all of her chakras are engaged and following what's true to her. So, something to think about. Can I get the energies for today, please? Energies for today. Wow, cards are wanting to jump. I didn't do the reading this morning because I was tired and I woke up a little bit late. So we're doing it in the afternoon. Can I get the energies for today, please? Okay, well, we've got something going on here. What is this? Queen of Pentacles. The ultimate resource. lady. She's pulling from divine and taking what she needs and leaving the rest. She's the one that gets shit done. She knows her resources. She knows her networking abilities. She knows who to go for what. She knows who to delegate out to. She knows how much energy she has. And she looks like an angel here. Look at that. Her cloak makes her look like an angel. And she is wearing many stones around her neck. But the pentacles are in her hand. They're in her hand. And she's showing gratitude. She's showing willing hands. We talked about this in therapy. She's showing willing hands. I'm willing to receive the resources that which are mine. And that's beautiful energy. And that pairs with the Two of Cups again. Wow, you guys. Wow. So yesterday we had the Two of Cups first, and it went into the Nine of Pentacles. Now we're the Queen of Pentacles into the Two of Cups. So see how things ebb and flow, right? That love energy, that partnership energy, that reciprocal energy, that give and take energy was what had to precipitate the Nine of Cups for you banking your resources. Now that you know they're there, now that you know how to use them in a mature way, and you know how to channel them from divine and that they're in your hands, now you bring in the love, right? And it takes love to get there, but then it takes the resources to get the love. Like they're hand in hand. They're literally hand in hand. You can't have one without the other, right? You're giving and you're receiving. And it's beautiful energy, beautiful energy. Lots of love energy this week, guys. I don't want to say it's romantic, because I don't do romantic readings. I usually read you against you, but maybe this is love of self. Maybe it's a decision about love. Maybe that's a decision. Twos can be about decisions sometimes, and deciding which world do you want to live in. You know, he had to get in a boat to come see her, and she had to jump out of the water to see him. They got to meet halfway. You got to meet each other halfway. You got to speak their language, right? Speak their language and meet them halfway. If you want this relationship, this partnership, this love energy to come about. And from the Queen of Pentacles, resourceful, just resourceful. She's very, it says here, I'm looking at the cheat sheet. It says domestic skills. I don't know that I see that here. I see very grounded energy, very, her third eye is open. That jumps out at me. And she's connected, she's got these pictures of leaves, or I don't know what they are. I know you guys can yell at me later. But, within her, like she is the tree that needs to be nurtured and planted and grown and appreciated for exactly what she and who she is, without apology, without telling her what's wrong with her, or without telling her what she needs to do different, or what she needs to. And by she, I don't mean she as in a woman in your life. I mean she as in your feminine energy. Allow it. Just allow it. Allow that feminine and masculine energy to balance out. Okay? Beautiful energy. Lots of love, guys. Lots of love. And with the star in the beginning, maybe this is what you wished for. Page of Cups in reverse. So Page of Cups, fish out of water, right? And it's new love. But it's a kid. It's childlike love. It's that puppy love, right? And that's not what we're seeing here. We've got that in the reverse. And it's funny, we were talking about fish in therapy today. The question of the day was, what is the most disgusting thing you've ever eaten? I know, they ask us some weird questions. So my friend went first, and he said a live goldfish. And I think it's funny that we got the live goldfish. But anyway, sorry, I digress. Yeah, he ate a live goldfish. I don't know, it was in a shot or something. It was during college. Who knows? Who knows what kids do in college, them crazy kids, right? But in the reverse, it's bratty. It's almost codependence. It is needing that fish to be in the cup, needing to control it. Look at that. He's controlling that fish, because the fish can't live without water. And he's literally deciding where to put that cup, where that fish is going to reside. He's looking at it as if his whole life depends on it. He's got no other interest than this fish. And he's somewhat codependent on it. Like the fish, his survival is dependent on the fish's survival. You know, and that can come from too much of this, right? Wow. Guys, check that out. That is crazy. All right. I just dropped all my cards. All right, so we're just going to keep talking here because all the cards fell over. That was weird. So the love energy that we're feeling, a lot of times can end up bordering on codependency and leave a black mark in your heart. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. I was playing with candles earlier today, guys. I was trying to get new candles because they weren't burning right. Anyway, point being, now it's going to distract me. What's distracting you? Interesting. Ask yourself that. But let's get back to the cards. When you have this new love, don't forget that you are the resource. Don't become so dependent on this new love that you lose yourself. Okay? That's the warning from Spirit here. New love can border on codependency. So you got to be aware. Be here now. Be present. And make sure that you're not becoming codependent. And then we have the Queen of Swords. She fell sideways, guys. You know what that means. And this one just straight up fell sideways. It was not up, it's not down. It's just sideways. So that one is the Eight of Pentacles. All right, so let's read these. So Queen of Swords in the upright. She's resourceful. She knows how to use her words. She knows how to speak someone else's language. But in the reverse, she's very cold, no compassion, very logic, and somewhat dishonest, right? She looks like she's plunging a sword upward into what she knows to be true. But when she's in the upright, she is self-sufficient. She's honest. She rules her own mind. She pushes down the thoughts of, I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, I'm not lovable. She pushes those down into the root chakra where they came from, and she has overcome them. You get to choose, guys. You get to choose. This is going to have a direct impact on this codependency card. Whichever way you choose for this to happen is going to directly impact that. And that which comes after, which would be the Eight of Pentacles. If you want this in the upright, Eight of Pentacles is mastering your craft. It's getting good at what you're doing. You know, understanding that there's a healthy balance, that everybody brings something to the table and everybody does what's best for them, right? All of the forest animals, all of the fairies and all of the mermen and all of the humans even are doing their part. Equal give and take, doing what they're good at. When it's in the reverse, this Eight of Pentacles is being perfectionist, you know, a lack of focus, no ambition, not wanting to do your part, expecting everyone else to do it for you. Which way are you going to be? Which way do you want to be? You guys get to decide. Are you going to master your emotions? You're going to master your logic? You're going to be very in control of yourself and gain mastery? Or are you going to become codependent and let your feelings get the best of you and then expect everyone else to fix it? You decide. You decide with this card. You decide with that card. But those are your decisions to be made. So I'm trying to figure out a way to put these up where you can continue to see them the way that they fell, because I do like that it was sideways. Let's see. Let's do that. There we go. Can you see? I hope you guys can see that. All right. And then we got the two sideways. So let's get one final card to finish out the reading. Queen of Cups. Guys, you got three queens. Three queens. Queen of Cups. Ultimate love energy. Ultimate nurturing energy. She's almost the Empress, right? Very healing, very supportive, very will help you when you need it. you're going to have to learn to balance these two energies. You know you're resourceful and you know you're nurturing and you're healing, but have you mastered that for yourself? Have you? Ask yourself that. Have you mastered that for yourself? Are you expecting everyone else to do the work for you? Are you expecting everyone else to do the work for you? Or are you willing to put in the effort and to become part of the team? Teamwork makes the dream work. Either way, come at it with love. Nurture it. Nurture it one way or the other. But the nurturing is going to get these two to sit upright. That nurturing energy. You're surrounded by queens, guys. Surrounded by them. And you have the Two of Cups in the center. We don't have any major arcana, which I don't really like because I don't know why. There's no lesson, I guess. These are your choices, I guess, is the best way to put that. I'm going to put her over here because I want these sideways again. It's your choice to get here or not. Or if you reverse them, you start over. And then you have to go back to learning your own resources, to balancing the partnerships, and ultimately to turning this Page of Cups into the upright, which would be a studious child. Understanding it, learning it, being curious about it, instead of just expectations. I feel a lot of expectation energy here, which is interesting to me because we got the queens. And it's the female, those queens that give birth to new ideas, to new love, to new resources, new ways of doing things, right? But it's balanced with the masculine here. And this is distorted. It's distorted masculine love energy. I see... It's a brat. It's literally a brat. I mean, immature, codependent, breaking up. I'm not gonna call you back because I'm mad at you and I'm gonna make you worry. That's that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Be her. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. But this is using a lot of your feminine energy, a lot of your receptive energy. You have to learn other people's languages, guys. We talked about this in therapy today too. Learn their language when you're trying to get your needs met, right? You have a need, but how is it going to benefit them in the long run? And it's not manipulation. It is speaking a language, right? I think the example my therapist gave was his son, his dad, asking his dad if he could leave work early to take his son to a new park. He didn't have time to do it if he had stayed for the full shift. So the way he approached his dad was, he says, well, I'm a therapist. I could tell him, well, Dad, I'm a little anxious. I need to work on my self-care. So I'd like to really take so-and-so to the park. Can I leave early? Well, Dad's going to say, no, suck it up, buttercup, get your ass to work. But if he speaks the grandfather's language and says, I found this new park. So-and-so would really, really enjoy it. I would love to take him and let him enjoy it. I won't have time later. Is it cool if I dip out and take him now? Of course the granddad's going to say yes. Is it manipulative? I guess you could argue that. But he got his need met, and he spoke his father's language, made an advantage to him. Guys, this can be very, 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 very dangerous when you get really good at this, because it can border on manipulation. So do be very careful with the energy. Anyway, sorry, I was a little bit off the tangent there. And I say that for my own benefit as well. When you get really good at this, the therapist today asked us to give him an example. And he used him bringing in his guitar for the class to use as an example. And he says, how would you ask me to do that in my language that would get me to do it? Excuse me. So I piped up with, well, therapist, it would help me a lot if you brought in your guitar so I could play it, because it would help me stay centered and grounded and present and able to participate more fully in group therapy. And the whole room went quiet. And my therapist was like, I think that was too good. Because now he has incentive to bring the guitar. He wants me to stay present and be engaged in therapy. So I have made it a benefit to him to bring the guitar, which is really what I wanted to have happen. Be very careful with that energy. Very careful. You can use your powers for good, or you can use them for evil. Yeah. Have you mastered yourself? Are you trying to master everyone else? Ask yourself. right, guys, I'm going to leave the tarot portion there because I feel like I got on a soapbox again, and I hate being on a soapbox. Anyway, yeah, memories. Remember, when using these new techniques, these new energies, when you're becoming familiar with your gifts, remember that not everybody has them, okay? Remember that you can go too far and become manipulative. Remember that you're here to learn and to teach, and sometimes you're the learner, and sometimes you're the student, and sometimes you're the teacher. Understand when. Sometimes you're both, guys, and most times you're both. But remember, just try to remember. Let's see. Memories. Like the corners of my mind. Sorry. Memories. Make some new memories. Meet life heads on as a wealth of experiences awaits, helping memories to manifest. A loved one wishes to be remembered. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, guys, but I like that it took us in a different direction. You know, what you do today becomes your memories for tomorrow. So make good memories today. And it said someone wants to be remembered. Have you left someone out? Are you forgetting about someone? Have you gotten so caught up into this new situation that you're in that you don't remember to thank the people that you need to thank, that you don't remember to acknowledge the people you need to acknowledge, or spend time with the people you need to spend time with? And for me personally, I'm thinking of a specific person, and I will be reaching out to you very shortly here after I finish the reading. And you'll know who you are if you get a text from me around 1 or 2 o'clock today. But anyway, make good memories, guys. Make good memories. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to analyze it and read the reading and give you the synchronicities, and we'll talk in a minute. Much love and light. Hey guys, how's it going? So, interesting reading today. I like that we got the Two of Cups twice. That's kind of cool. Before we get started, the names we had today: Sarah and Alan. We had the song Memories by Barbara Streisand, which I completely butchered when I tried to sing it, but that's what that song was. We had 3 little animals today. We had the owl, which I read to you guys. Then we had Ladybug, which I showed you. And fish. I thought fish was interesting. So I'm actually going to look up fish. See if it's even in here. Might not be. We'll see. No, it is not in here. But the only thing I could think of to say about fish is a fish has no idea that it is surrounded by water. It doesn't understand its environment because it's always been. So I feel like that was kind of an underlying theme today of, a fish out of water. If you're in a new environment, it's only then that you realize what the old environment was, or what it meant, or what the lessons were potentially. So think about that for, I don't know, a little bit today. I talked about, I didn't even know what day it was. I had to think about my work schedule to figure out the day. A lot of times, guys, our days can run into each other pretty regularly. And, what makes them different? What makes today special? What makes it unique? I said I was a little off today. We're going to have off days, guys. Energies are going to be good and bad. Like I said, I didn't sleep any better or worse last night, but I do feel a little more run down, a little more tired. Even in therapy, there's a girl that comes in, and she's very, very high energy and likes to talk a lot, and she's always moving. And today it was really irritating me. And I just kept trying to project, breathe deep, project my energy, project my calm. And then the gentleman next to me starts tapping his leg, and it's shaking the whole table. And I'm like, woosah, right? Have those woosah days. Understand that your off day isn't their off day. Any other day, those things don't bother me. But today they did. So I realized it was me that was different, not them. We talked about the owl, and I said, quietly observe your environment, right? And then at that point, I was, had just talked about putting things back where I think they belong on my altar. observing my environment. I literally was observing my environment quietly. Well, not quietly because I was talking and I was making a video, but either way, you guys get the point. Then I said, when I was talking about being quiet at night, that I have a headband which has headphones in it. And, you know, your head being the crown chakra, right? The phone being speaking to someone, and the band, the frequency with which you're speaking. You know, when you're still at night in your crown chakra, what frequency, what band are you going to dial into to call on divine? So there's that. I talked about the difference between being psychic and being aware. So there's this TV show that I love, and I watch it every so often. It's called Lie to Me. They show the micro expressions, and he explains how he knows when people are lying to him and when they're not, and how he can basically tell these things that most people can't tell. And there's people that can do it naturally, and there's people that have to learn how to do it. It doesn't make them any better or worse. In fact, I believe the show, he says, the natural is more dangerous because they haven't studied it, because they don't understand their gifts, because they've always had them. So being the natural talent doesn't necessarily make you better. It can actually make you more sloppy about it. That was a weird side tangent, but anyway. So there's that. There's signs everywhere. Make your educated guess. You know, I mean, guys, if you fill the space in between two things, right? You know, if there's an A here and there's a Z here, there's a few letters, you know, 25 letters, 24 letters that could be in between. Make the educated guess. Are you in the middle? You had a P, you had a B, you had a Y. Make the educated guess. If it's A and C, the educated guess becomes a little clearer. It's B in the middle. It's A and Z, then the educated guess gets a little more distant, I guess. So there's that. And then I was talking about being aware enough, right? Being aware enough to tell the difference. And that's when I noticed which I've since washed, the black mark on my hands. And I said, you know, is there a black mark on your heart? Are you aware? Are your hands dirty? Have you been manipulative? You know, we're talking about manipulation in the reading. Those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. When we are talking about other relationships outside of ourselves, understand that you don't have clean hands all the time. Your hands are dirty. You have committed infractions that you're accusing other people of committing, and own them, and understand that you did the best you could at the time with the information that you had, and they're doing the same. Okay? They're doing the same. Then I said, making the call, feeling it, what's true. You know, she was making the call in the Queen of Pentacles, and feeling it, you know, understanding it through her crown chakra, what was true for her. Your truth might not be somebody else's truth, guys. It's just a fact of life. I don't know how else to say it. What's true for me is not necessarily true for those people around me. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be. It's my world. It's my movie. It's my manifestations. It's my reality, not theirs. They have their own, and their truths might be a little bit different. I might be the villain in their truth, and I might be the hero in mine. You never know. Understand that, and don't take offense to it. It is what it is. We got 3 queens today, and then I said, take what you need and leave the rest. And I should be saying that more often on these videos, guys. Take what you need from them and leave the rest. If something doesn't resonate with you, it's not for you. If you stumble on a video that I did a year ago, maybe that one's for you. You know, we all have different timelines. The energies are what they are for me, for my collective, for who I read for today. But sometimes, you know, I'll go back and I'll watch a video from a month ago and it resonates today. So take what you need and leave the rest. I was talking about getting your shit done. You know, she's the queen that gets shit done. The dog started barking big time when I said that. Get your shit done. Worry about your stuff getting done. Don't worry about telling everybody else to do their stuff, right? Don't worry about their stuff. You get your stuff done. Worry about you. Oh, and then I was talking about her cloak in the card, right? Which I don't know why I called it a cloak, but it was a cloak. Think about what cloak means. It means to shade, to cover it up, right? It was at that point that the card itself was shaded, in the shade of the lighting, which I still have not quite perfected yet. And then when I said willing to receive, the card got lighter. Go back and check that out. It was kind of a neat phenomenon. Giving and receiving, the Two of Cups, you know, the giving and the receiving. I mean, you give energy and you receive energy. And even like today, when I was talking about in therapy with the two people on either side of me that were just kind of scattered in their energy, I received that, right? And as I realized I was receiving it, I decided, no, I don't want to receive this. I'm going to project my calm onto them, which actually kind of worked. It was kind of neat. The way that the cards we got yesterday, the Two of Cups into the Nine of Pentacles, and then today the Queen of Pentacles into the Two of Cups. So I kind of talked about it a little bit in the reading, but I kind of wanted to just state it simply, which is love yourself enough to work on your own resources and bank those resources, that emotional maturity, that distress tolerance, that emotional regulation, and then use those energies, use those resources, banking your you know, that you have banked, your emotional regulation, your distress tolerance, and all these things, using those appropriately is going to bring in more love. So that's how I think the two readings played into each other on that. Talked about puppy love, and eating and digesting fish. That was weird tangent. But what I think that means is, are you digesting it? Are you swallowing it? Can you swallow your pride? Are you swallowing the truth about the codependencies in your life? We're all codependent in some way, shape, or form, guys. We can get so caught up in things that we start to count on them. I am hypervigilant about it, to probably to the point of being toxic, where I probably push people away. But because I don't ever want to be that again, right? And you run the risk of going too far in the opposite direction. Find the middle way, the Wu way, if you will, the Taoism, the middle path. Find that. I said it was too much, and at that point, you saw the smudging on my hands, and I dropped the cards. I said it's too much. It's distractions. It's that black mark. It's everything kind of falling apart, and seeing the black mark of it and not realizing what's coming back together. You know, don't focus on what you've lost. Look at what's to be gained. That black mark on my hands was distracting, right? That black mark on your heart that may have gotten there as a child, as a teenager, as an adult, whatever black mark you have put against love, or even love of self. Clean it, wash it off. Realize that that's in the past. It's not now. Talked about speaking someone else's language, and that could be manipulative. And I still stress that you can border on that. I actually did not bring it up in therapy, but I think I will tomorrow, and ask about that. You know, is that a form of manipulation? Because I'm starting to see it as a healthy way to communicate by group therapy. But I've always been taught that's manipulation. Which is it? I guess it's in your intention. If your intentions are pure, it's not manipulation. Always look back to your intention. What did you mean? You know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Just because you had a good intention doesn't make it good, but it's definitely leaning more on the side if there's a question, right? I talked about a lack of focus, and the card lighting changed. The card itself was in the shade. And when I said a lack of focus, it got bright. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Understand when you have a lack of focus. Like today, I'm not very focused. And it just is. Like, it's just gonna have those days, guys, when you're just not that focused, and that's okay. But know it. And master yourself enough to know when you're in those energies, that your perceptions, your interpretations, the way you're reading the signs, they might be different. and they might not, your interpretation is based on your energies as much as it is the energies around you. Let's see. Figure out a way to place the cards to see them the way they fell. So at one point I turned all the cards upright and I had them there. It's like I made the choice that we were all going to have the positive energies of it. And then I thought about it and I said, no, it's your choice. And I put the cards back sideways the way they fell. I wanted you to see them the way that they had fallen so that you could choose for yourself. How many times do you manipulate? Not manipulate. Nope. Twist the truth to fit your needs instead of looking at it objectively. Ask yourself that. And in order to show someone, excuse me, in order to show someone else your truth, you have to turn things around and flip them around and whatnot. Lay them out the way that they are, without judgment, with objectivity, and let people decide for themselves. So when I was talking about manipulation, and I said, you know, I'm saying this for my benefit as well, I literally turned this Bumblebee Jasper over. Look at things from a different side. Flip it over. Put yourself in their shoes when you're trying to decide what these things are, what they mean, when you're trying to benefit yourself, or you're trying to benefit them. Look at it from all sides. Flip it around, flip it over, look at it differently. Look at the incentives and the benefits on all sides. It's not manipulative if it benefits everybody. There's something to be gained. Is it manipulative of them to do it just because it's beneficial to them? You know, I mean, what a tangled web we weave, right? And then remember, you know, make good memories. Be able to look back on the situation with fondness, with love, with compassion, with caring, and know that you did your best, that you came from a Queen of Cups place of love, of nurturing others and nurturing yourself. So I'm gonna leave it there. That is the breakdown for today, and we'll talk again tomorrow, hopefully in the morning, but we'll see. All right, guys, love you so much. Much love and light.